good. Let me know when you see here. All right.
Usually takes 15.
All right, we're live.
Here we go.
We're going.
We're good? All right. Yo, what's up, Zoo?
What's up, Collector?
Let's go, Yankees, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Time to go. I'm locked in.
Aaron Boone looks ready to go. Are you ready to go? Welcome to the show here. Let's introduce ourselves here. We got a full cast. Got the family here. Grayson, Joe, Jessica at the end. God, thank God for Jessica, because if you cost average out these looks, we're in bad shape. And then you got Jake from the Zoo. Zoo fans, we need to feel you today. First of all, is Aaron Boone a good manager again? I think he is. I've always thought he's been a good manager. For all you front runners who were ready to fire him last year, now you're loving him now, aren't you? As you should. Good man, good manager, and by the way, not easy to replace him, which hopefully we won't have to worry about anytime soon. A lot of stuff going on. Let's give a little shout out. Let's cover the women's stuff. A little shout out to Sabrina for hitting that deep, deep three. I think one of the biggest shots I've seen in quite some time. Good for her. But let's not mistake who really won the game for them last night, okay? Sabrina, that was her second three she dropped. Good for her. Clutch. But Brianna Stewart won that game. Let's be clear.
Hey, Ben, we
Yankee
gotta
game's
labor
getting
up.
started. Let's
Here we
go.
Let's go. G, come on.
So what do you think, Jake, on this game today? You feeling like this is going to be a sweep?
Oh, it's a 4-game sweep happening right now.
Because, you know, the Yankees didn't really win the first two games. It was really Cleveland that lost those two games, right? I mean, we understand that? I mean, is that true?
100%.
Now, Grace, are you a little nervous? I mean, are you feeling like your Mets situation maybe is coming to an
Oh,
end?
I gave up before yesterday.
So you're down one game, you're already giving up.
No, I just wasn't expecting to win the series. If the season ends here, I'll still be happy.
Jeez.
You guys weren't even supposed to make it this far.
Oh,
so-
no. We weren't supposed to be in the playoffs.
No.
I still have PTSD from the 2015 series from when Duda threw the ball away and Hosmer scored.
Oh, my God.
The Mets love to Met.
What's the big moment in this game coming up? We got Willie
John.
Randolph coming up. Oh, wait, we got Willie Randolph coming up in about 5 minutes, right, Jake?
Yep. Judge 2 home runs. That's my prediction.
By
I'm
the
saying
way,
Judge and Stanton go yard.
a little more props on Willie. Not that we haven't done enough Hall of Fame rants, but probably the best Yankee second baseman of all time. I mean, right? I mean,
Cano, but he's close.
you got rings here, multiple
You're right.
rings.
He's got multiple rings. You're right.
Second base, him and Bucky.
Right.
I mean, you had so many different things going on. Willie, Brooklyn guy, home. Yeah.
Full count to start.
Anyway, we're gonna be really on in a few minutes. Watch the game for a little while with him.
Yep.
Great. What do we got on the auctions?
We got a ton of great auctions, guys. 2 amazing stat jerseys, Jose Trevino, Paul O'Neill, some great signed baseballs, Oswaldo Cabrera, game used batting gloves. Can't find this stuff anywhere else, guys. Amazing, amazing items.
Best Bernie Williams deal you're going to see. And he's the most RBIs in the playoffs for the Yankees. And home runs, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, underrated.
Wow.
Underrated.
I'll never forget that home run in '96.
Mhm.
It was a quiet afternoon. It was a 4:00 game. The sun was coming down, and we weren't sure if we were going to beat Baltimore. Boom! You didn't see it coming, but you know, it really changed everything. That got us on that run.
Did you see what today's the anniversary of, Brandon?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Boone's 2003 home run.
Wow.
It's the 21st anniversary.
There's a walk.
There we
Start
go,
off the
there we
game.
go.
Let's go.
Wow. By the way, we didn't find. If
I
you're out
love-
there and you're
I
listening,
love Glaber in the leadoff spot.
Me too.
really,
I love, yeah.
I'd like to see
Need to
Oswaldo
have
on that leadoff spot.
Yeah, I would
I
like to
hear
see
you.
Oswaldo playing more. 100%.
Exactly.
I think it's interesting that Boone keeps putting Birdie in for first, but I mean, it's.
By the way, where's the Boone on?
Didn't you finish the signing with Boone before he scored the run?
No, what I did was I told Boone we were doing something with him. If anything big ever happens, before you go to the bathroom and do anything, call us.
What's happening?
Well, something happened.
Oh, here he comes.
Boone loves arguing now.
love it.
Nobody
We're
looks for the
screaming.
umpire to argue better. Than Boone.
Gotta love it when it happens early, because
Yeah, he's ready
the
to
chances
go.
of him getting thrown out of these games is just.
By the way, how much is this Savage in the box?
$249.99,
This is
guys.
like the last one we have, I think. Is it on the website?
It's actually right under us right now on eBay Live, guys. Also on the website.
I think they might have called a pitch clock violation
Pitch clock
on
violation.
him. Yeah. Okay. That was weird.
So So you're watching eBay Live. We got our cast of characters. We got some $1 auctions coming up. Willie Randolph coming up in a few minutes.
Yep.
Which is so grateful to have him
Willie
on the air.
Randolph.
Not to forget, don't forget to check out our store. Gracie, can you tell everybody what to do so they know what to do to bid?
Just to bid on eBay Live?
Yeah.
Or how to find us
You know,
anywhere?
the Bronx Zoo fans are very electrified. You got to explain really slowly what you have to do.
Guys, download the
There we
eBay
go.
app. Oh,
Go. Oh, come on. Come on.
It's a missile right at him.
All right.
But
guys,
I caught that.
eBay app. Only place you could bid on these auctions. Only place you could buy all these deals. Download eBay. Hit the eBay Live button right on the homepage. We'll take you right to our live stream. You guys can also click right above us on the top right of your screen, the Save Seller button. Anytime we go live, you get notified. So you won't miss another
We're going to have a
auction.
lot of deals and steals. We're going to have different players on it all the time. If you want to get notified, you got to go on the eBay right now. Bronx Zoo, we need you to go onto eBay and do what Grayson just said. Thank you.
Bronx Zoo, I appreciate you, and these are the best deals you're going to see this week and probably the year. I'm telling you.
With
That's why I do
holidays
this.
coming up,
Yep. These are deals.
Guys, right above Brandon's head, click Save Seller, get notified. It's that easy.
And everyone on Facebook, because I just shared to like 20 Facebook groups, so everyone's watching on Facebook.
hey, Facebook fans, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. We're back. I know we used to do a lot of lives. Now we're back, and we're going to be bringing players on all the time. And what better player to bring on in a game like this
Oh.
than Willie Randolph?
Well, here,
Love it.
speaking of the legendary Willie Randolph, we're gonna add him. I see him smiling. Here he comes. I'm adding Willie to the stream.
Hey
Willie, how's it
guys, how you
going?
doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, this is fall classic time, man. I love this time of year, man. You know, watching my boys hopefully get off to a good start tonight.
Willie, I'm loving your man cave. I'm not going to lie. I'm jealous. That's
Well,
strong.
Well, you haven't really seen my man cave. This is actually my office, but my man cave is pretty cool too.
I love that you're a collector, though, man. That's why you fit right in this show. You're a saver and a collector, being a Brooklyn guy.
Yes. Love collectibles and obviously a big fan of all types of collectibles: football, basketball, baseball. My son is a big collector also, so it's nice to share that experience with him.
Well, with the 42 up there, is that Mariano or is that what?
Oh,
is
that's
that?
a
No,
that's Jackie
that's-
Robinson's Day jersey.
That's Jackie. Come on, it's Jackie, man. That's one of the biggest honors of my life when I was managing the Mets to meet the great Rachel Robinson, and that's the uniform I wore the day we honored Jackie. So one of my prized possessions, and it's right there over my mantle.
Willie, you played in a lot of big series, right?
Yes, of course.
Yankees are up. Obviously, they're feeling it a little bit. What's the vibe right now? What do you think is going on in their head right now? They go into this series.
Yeah, well, I think the guys are feeling really good, Brandon. You know, getting two at home is huge, obviously, but this is a pivotal game, right? This game coming up right now, what we're watching right now, is important because I think Cleveland is still dangerous. I think they had the deer in the headlights look when they got to New York. It was a little bit overwhelming for some of the young kids, and not much experience there, as you know. But they might get, you know, they could turn things around at home. This crowd gets behind them. It's important, obviously, to score early and to set the tone. But the Yankees are feeling pretty good. I was around the guys last week, watched a couple of their workouts, judging the boys really focused. And the team in general is just looking forward to going to the next level after, you know, getting out there and taking care of this business.
Were we ever down 2-0? Were we down 2-0 to Oakland when we came back and won 3 in a row, or what was that?
Yeah, we had a rough series. We went
Yeah.
down 2-0 ALCS, Oakland, right?
Yeah, I think it was Oakland. Yeah, I believe it was Oakland. Yeah.
What do you think the Cleveland manager's telling these guys, because they look so nervous?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's really not much he could really say. I think that, you know, you just keep the atmosphere calm as far as just doing what you do every day. I mean, these guys have been playing over 162 games, and so really the message should be just go out and just do what we've been doing. You know, no big deal. You got the biggest stage in the world. Go out there and show out a little bit. These kids love to style, so they'll be wearing the sneakers. I mean, they're you know, the fancy cleats and the jewelry, everything, so they can style a little bit. But yeah, it's just, to me, I think Voigt since he's played the game recently, I think he knows just to kind of let them go out and just have fun and don't make too big a deal about it. Because again, a lot of inexperience there, and you really can't talk about experience. You have to kind of go through it. And win or lose this series, this young team will be better next year because of the experience.
Hey Willie, let me ask you, with Giancarlo, coming through in the postseason, is there a guy that he reminds you of that just every year around this time of year just seems to show up?
Well, we're in October, right, Mr. October?
There it is.
Yeah, yeah. Big G. He's just so focused, and he's streaky like a lot of us know, but he's dangerous. I'm really glad that they moved him up to that fourth spot. I mean, Wells had a nice year, and he's been sputtering, obviously. But you need to have someone on deck that when the pitcher looks over there when he's pitching the Judge, he's saying, you know what, hey. I don't really want to face this big son of a gun because he still hits the ball as hard as anyone. G is a money player, and with one swing, it's all he needs, guys. You know that, and it can change the complexion of the game. So I thought they should have done it a little bit earlier in the series, but I think putting Big G back there and to protect Judge, I think it was a good move.
Absolutely.
We have a quick story, and somebody who has a story she wants to share with you, Jessica. What's
Oh, we're
your
gonna share
claim
this.
of fame with Willie?
Oh, my.
Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm
So
great,
I
thank you.
myself am also Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn native at heart. I grew up in Bensonhurst in Gravesend. And
All right.
Was talking to you played in Marine Park, correct?
Yeah, I played all over. Prospect Park, Marine Park, Canarsie. We played Gravesend in the American Legion baseball. I was with a team called Cummings Brothers. Back then, the Bonnies were big. The Cadets were big back in the day. But we did play Gravesend, and that was the Italian section, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That's
Well,
exactly
that's what I
right.
said. According to my father, who was telling me a little bit of history from him, you played with his godfather, Alex Vassallo, I believe.
What's the last name again?
Vassallo.
Oh, it doesn't ring a bell real quick.
So I don't know. He said something about being
Yeah.
something about MVPs back in Marine Park, but besides that, I mean, it's the Brooklyn. Just gotta have that Brooklyn energy over here.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. There was some great baseball play back then. Not to date myself, but that's when scouts would just sit up in the stands with their some visors and their beach chairs and their clipboard, and they were scouters, and that's how I was able to sign with the Pirates back in the day. 17 years old when I signed. But yeah, I miss those days because it was pure baseball. Guys out there just for the love of it. We played double headers. We bounced around. We got on the subway, the bus, and we just would connect. And it was just fun. The little lunch bags and stuff. My mom used to make this spiced ham sandwich. Remember spiced ham sandwiches, Brandon?
I remember him not eating them. Yeah.
Oh, come on! You didn't have spiced
Never
ham?
did
Come
bagels,
on!
right?
I'm never eating spiced ham.
That was like a delicacy back in the day. Spiced ham, which is basically bologna, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't eat bologna either, but I was a big salami guy.
I'm
Wait,
sorry,
we're
Brandon. I mean, a
auctioning
little
off
bit,
your
yeah,
baseball
yeah.
right now.
Guys, we're gonna start this right now.
Just so you know, just to get the
Well,
flavor
auction
of
off
our
the ring
eBay.
right
We're on eBay Live, Willie, so we got to be eBay-like here for the eBay people who foaming at the mouth to buy some stuff.
All right,
Love it.
sounds good.
Collectible
Can Willie-
exchange,
can Willie buy it
authentic.
back? Can you buy? You want to buy it back, Willie?
Great autograph. Willie's got one of the nicer signatures out there.
Where's the
It's
savage
always
on the
very
box?
legible. You could read it.
Yes.
And Willie signed a ball for me when I was like 9 or 10 at Chase Stadium. He's a third base
Really?
coach. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you were one of
Wow.
my
You
first
were-
autographs.
He was the best on third base. You brought bubble gum. You used to give the seeds to the kids. You gave them some
Yeah.
cards. Nobody was better than you at third.
At Shea, I was right down the third base line before the game, and he flipped me
Yeah.
a ball.
You
signed
probably
it.
sent
Yeah.
a few too many guys home, Willie. I mean, that's
Well, they.
not my words, but a lot of people in my section felt.
I mean, what they call me? Wave 'em home, Willie.
Home Willie.
That's a great
Oh
one.
man, I had the best seat in the house, man. I enjoy coaching third base. It was a real challenge, but it feels like you're in the game without having to swing the bat or feel the ball. But it was just the best seat in the house because I saw the greatest players in the world, and I'm sitting there watching it close as anyone.
Hey, Willie, let me ask you, what do you think's going through Anthony Volpe's mind right now as a kid from New York in the postseason? You had that same experience. What do you think he's thinking about?
Yeah, I think what he's thinking about is trying to just kind of control his emotions right now. I mean, you got family, friends, you know, classmates. I mean, I remember that being, and it wasn't really being nervous. It was more of an anxiousness because you wanted to produce in front of all your family and friends. Uh, Anthony's actually done a pretty good job this series so far. He's starting to, shorten his swing a little bit to get on base. But right now, and I spoke to Anthony about this the other day, and I was saying, listen, Anthony, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be crazy out there, and you're going to have the butterflies, okay? The key to the butterflies, which is natural, is to get those butterflies to fly in formation. If you get a chance for them to kind of fly in formation, and that's when you're going to kind of calm down. And he's there already, but he's just really excited right now, and he wants to win. He's a winner, and I love watching him because I've watched him progress. He still has another level to go to, I think, but as a young player, and you brought the fact that I came into the game as a young 21-year-old, and I learned how to be a winner. I love the fact, like Jeter and myself, we had the experience of being in the fire at a young age, win or lose. Because our first year in '75, we got beat the crap out of us by the Reds. They beat the crap out of us. But this is an experience, win or lose, that you're going to actually grow on. So for Anthony, I love the fact that he's a young player that's already involved in championship baseball, because later on he's going to become more of a champion and a leader on this team, really, when he starts to feel how to take care of himself during the season and get ready for postseason baseball.
Wow, so you think Volpe can get a lot better?
Yeah, I love him. He's going to get better. He really is.
That's cool. Are you nervous about the Mets situation for the Mets? Do you feel like that losing that first game at home is a tough one, or can they come back?
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought the Mets, they've done a great job of bouncing back. So I'm not going to. I feel like they're going to kind of fall out of that tree a little bit because again they've been coming back over and over and over. You can't keep going to that well late in the game, but I never count them out because they got a nice mojo going. You can always tell during this time of year, Brandon, there's a certain feel, a certain rhythm to the team, and they feel like they're playing with house money, so to speak. Even though they want to run really badly, I think that the Mets, you can't count them out yet. The Dodgers, they're a juggernaut, and right now they're pitching lights out. But I still think the Mets have a shot if they can just kind of home court advantage, just kind of hold court there. I mean, hold serve. I think the Mets can come back. But I think the Dodgers are a better team, obviously. But I think the Mets have a nice mojo right now, and I think that you can't count them out.
They're in the same predicament as Cleveland, really. They lose another game, and it's going to be very tough to win four in a row. But same thing with Cleveland. Same kind of.
It's a pivotal game. This game 3 is.
We're on eBay Live.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in the Hall of Fame, or would you rather get back into managing? Which one would you want to do?
Great question.
Hall of Fame? You kidding me? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. No, I hear them talking a little bit more about me being on borderline, but no, I would love to another opportunity to be out there on the field with the guys. I go to spring training with those guys and work with them for about 6 weeks, but I still feel like that I can still manage in the game. But I stay ready. I stay in shape and keep my finger on the pulse of the game. So in case my phone rings, I'll be ready to rock and roll with it.
Hey Willie, recently I talked to Tony Perez and I asked him who the one guy who's not in the Hall that should be is, and it was actually a former teammate of yours, Luis Tiant. You think he belongs there?
Yeah, Louis, and he was such a character of the game. But I think so. I mean, he's kind of borderline also. I mean, I'm a little bit partial towards my ex teammates because I watched them work and I've competed against them and everything. So I'm usually always gonna lean towards them because I've seen them compete. So for a guy like Louis, who's been around a long time, he was unique. He was one of the first Cuban players to play in the league, and so I would say that he should be considered. I think that when you look at the Hall of Fame, I think the Veterans Committee is going to have to look at a lot of guys who have passed over years ago, and in retrospect, look at what they're doing now or what their stats are, and maybe we consider, because there's a lot of guys out there, Bernie Williamses of the world, the Don Mattingly's, and all these people who maybe just fell out a little early because of injury. There's not going to be a lot of guys going to go in the Hall of Fame in the future because of the steroid era. So you're going to have to look back on some of those guys that you kind of pushed out real quick and look at their numbers analytically. And maybe that's a good thing that analytics is around right now, because it's making a lot of guys' total game look better than it was back in the day when writers were just looking at it and go, okay, this guy can play, he can't play, he's in, he's out. Analytics in some ways have helped these guys to get a second look.
We're watching the Yankee game with Willie Randolph, eBay Live, Yankee fans. Thanks to the Bronx Zoo. Hey, Willie, tell me a little bit about Oswaldo Cabrera. You know, what's your take on him? I know you've worked with him. I know he looks up to you, looks for your guidance.
Yes.
What's your thing with him? What do you think?
Brandon, I love him as a manager. You want guys like him on your team. It's very rare to find a guy who's willing to accept his role. And I'm not saying that he couldn't be an everyday player. I think in the right situation, Brandon, I think Oswaldo can probably play every day. Switch hitter, he's an average speed guy, but he knows how to play the game. Infield, outfield, the versatility just jumps off the charts. And as a manager, that's really what you want on your team. To have one or two guys that can go anywhere, play anywhere, but accept their role in their job, and just a great teammate. He's one of my favorite guys on the team. Always has a smile on the face, always working his ass off. So he's one of the guys that I really root for. But I think he's a valuable piece of this team, and I kind of wish he got more playing time, because I think that if he played consistently, I think he'd be even better.
Oh man, we're actually auctioning off a pair of his batting gloves.
Guys, Oswaldo Cabrera 2024 game used batting gloves up right now. Right under Willie.
These are cool. A lot of use.
A lot of use. I was just about to say
these
that.
young kids, I tell these kids, use the batting gloves a few games and switch. So we have a few more pairs of batting gloves for the kids and for these batting gloves you use like the whole season.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Kid, he doesn't realize he gets as many pairs of batting gloves as he wants.
Yeah, those have seen some. Those have seen
Some action, yeah.
And he signed both of them. We're selling both a pair, right?
Yep, pair of game
kinda
used
cool.
batting gloves with an Oswaldo Cabrera LOA, guys.
Willie, the days of like a 1 week or 1 day auction, nobody has the patience for that. There's a 1 minute, it starts at $1. That's it.
Oh, these are from this year, actually. It's
2024.
Yeah, these are from this year.
He dropped them right off.
Oh, there we go.
That was one of your
Yankees are
first
doing
days.
something. There we go, Jazz. All right.
Nice. They got out of that.
Hey, Willie, I mean, you've been on as a coach and a player, obviously, championship teams. What would you say makes this team capable of being champions? What's the one thing that, as opposed to maybe 2022 or 2019, what can take this team far?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've watched the evolution of this team over the years, last 5-6 years since Judge has been there, and the way he's kind of become the leader of that team. And being in spring training, you get a good feel for the players and how they pull for one another, how they work together. There's a really nice chemistry in this team. Now, teams are going to go up and down, and so sometimes you kind of feel like, well, what's going on? Not swinging the bats, not pitching. But one thing I love about this team, guys, is that they really, really do like each other. They pull for each other. Not everyone's going to get along. I'm not saying that everyone's on the same page as far as that goes, but I really feel like at this point in time, this season, 2024, I think the team feels like it's their time. They have had a nice little lane going into the World Series. Not to mean that is automatic, but they have a nice little run going there. If they can take care of Cleveland, then it's a crapshoot for the most part. But I just love the fact that they're not a whole lot of rah-rah all the time as far as talking about it. They prepare themselves. I really think that they lean on each other as far as passing the torch. And it's a cliche, but it's real with this team, because I really feel like when your best player is unselfish, like Aaron Judge is, and the majority of the guys feel like we don't care who gets the glory or who gets the praise, that's a powerful thing to have on a team when you have talent, is to have guys who don't really care who the man is. I just want to win a ring. And I get the sense that this year they have that good feeling, that like mojo of saying, you know what? Hey, listen, guys, it's time. It's been a long time, guys. 09 is a long time, right, B? I mean, that's a long time, right? So it's time.
I don't know. It's been. I'm getting old now. I can't remember, but vaguely,
right. Believe me, it's been a long time. I know.
In my mind, we probably should have won another one around that area.
No doubt.
It seemed like we were so close a couple of those years. And
No doubt about it.
Right?
I don't remember it well enough, so I need one now so that I can really just.
And I appreciate that. Just
Relish
like,
and happiness.
I think about when I go to Cleveland, I think about all the bugs on Jabba Chamberlain's head.
What do they call them? The midgets? What do they
Somebody
call
said, "You wanna
those?
go to Cleveland?" I'm like, no. I immediately think of bugs on Jabba Chamberlain's face and head.
Cleveland's
and
not that bad, I'll be honest. I like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that bad. It's just a bad experience thing. I mean, I don't know. I should have walked off the field or something. If that happened, I feel like we could have won that year.
Yeah.
Hey, Willie, let me ask you, you mentioned Mr. October before. There's been so many stories about the Bronx Zoo team. Obviously, I think I'm a little partial because I love that team so much. But when you think about the clubhouse and being in the clubhouse, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how overhyped was it or dramatized of how tensions were?
Back when Reggie was here.
77, 78 with Reggie, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Believe me, a lot of pressure because Mr. Steinbrenner was always there. He was always there, lurking and putting a little pressure on it. But we liked that. We had a veteran team. I was a young player at the time, but we had a lot of veteran guys who didn't shy away from the challenge. New York had really come back after some lean years in the late '60s, going into the '70s and late '70s. We had a nice formula with picking up Mickey Rivers and boarding Catfish Hunter. Then Reggie was the starter, third to drink, I guess, adding myself and a few guys. So we relished that pressure because the city was going wild. I mean, we had that feeling that we were playing for the people that really loved the Yankees and wanted to see us succeed. So we had a different blend of guys, and it was the Bronx Zoo at times. It was, but when the game started, we all came together. We all said, you know what, we're going to pull for each other and get it done because all the scuttlebutt on the outside were just noise. But I love that team because we were very professional, and Mr. Steinbrenner gave us a chance to win almost every year, and there's nothing you
I'm loving
say
that
about
double
that
play
anymore.
combination. You and Bucky was awesome.
Bucky Dent. Yeah, my boy Bucky. Yeah.
And we haven't mentioned Thurman Munson yet, which is surprising.
Why don't we mention him? We're about to get into one of the new great
I'm
catchers.
curious to see what your take is on Trevino. We have a jersey. We're going to start the auction off, but
Now.
what's your take on Travi? I mean, hasn't had the opportunity to play as much this year, but
He agrees on them.
this is an all-star level catcher. What's your take on him?
Yeah, well, he's in the lineup tonight. I'm glad he is. I mean, he's. I think he's going to be a manager one day. I mean, he's just so smart behind the plate.
Wow.
The players love him. I mean, he comes up with some big hits. He had a rough year this year. He had some injuries, of course, but he's a leader on that team. And with Wells being there, it's kind of jumped into his playing time. But I always feel good when Trevi's in the game because you know that he's going to be prepared. He's going to put the right fingers down for the most part, and the pitchers love pitching to him. He's just one of those guys who you really root for because he's such a hard worker and such a team player. And I'm going to predict that one day when he retires from the game, he's going to be a manager because he's that sharp.
Oh, there's no question. There's the respect he gets around the game is amazing. I've never heard anybody have a bad word to say. Matter of fact, the contrary. As soon as I mention Yankees, I know Travi. And even Boone said when he's behind the plate, he feels like everything's perfect. We set up at home.
I think
even
He's a real favorite of Boone's.
being a fan of the game, he is more locked in and engaged in the fans than any player. I always say I had 400 followers total on the Bronx Zoo. He was one of the first, and I asked him, "How do you know?" He goes, "Oh, I just scroll through Yankees stuff all the time."
He watches this show.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, he'll message you
Yeah.
at like shows. He'll message it's happened to me. I know it's happened to Brandon. He'll message you and be like, "Oh, that's such a cool piece." Didn't you say he like?
No, he's. I know his eBay username. So when he popped in and I saw him, I was like, I know exactly who that is. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
Sunday
a cool
morning,
guy.
Like 9:00 in the morning, boom. Send it right
Yeah.
back. Just love that guy, man.
He's one of my
you just
favorites,
know.
man.
You know.
You walk in the clubhouse, he's always got a smile on his face, and again, like I said, he's mastered that way of framing pitches. I think it's amazing. It's an art form, really, but he's one of the best at it, and the pitchers love pitching to him, obviously.
I think we might be a little behind here. Someone said, "Let's go, Doogie." I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Willie,
Let's go, Doogie. But
what's your favorite postseason moment that you got to witness? And why or why not was it Endy's catch in the NLCS in 06?
Actually, it was Indy's catch until Hollyman hung that change up to, I think, Molina. I mean, I think we just got on the board there. Here we go. Score two.
Aaron
Only
Heilman
one.
broke my heart many times that year.
Yeah. But outside of that, I guess, one of the most memorable ones, obviously, when 76, when Chris Chalmers hit the home run against the Royals. That was total pandemonium. And then, that was the first time getting back to the World Series, even though we got swept by the Big Red Machine. And then, right on the back of it was Reggie's 3 home runs. Just magical. Just you can't imagine, sitting in a big game like that, being in the dugout with your teammate and watch him put on a display of power like that. Reggie was just unbelievable when he came to stepping up in the big spot. So those two jump out at me. From a personal standpoint, probably one of the other biggest moments is going back to what we was talking about with Volpe, is that in the 77 All-Star game, I started the game, was in New York. I started the game and played all 9 innings. Billy Martin was the manager. And yeah, and Billy always took care of me. So he said, "You got it, kid." And he knew that my family and
That's
friends were
cool.
there. So I remember just being on cloud nine, thinking that, wow, here I am in Yankee Stadium, hallowed ground with all the great players that come before me. And here I am at 22 years old playing in an all-star game in front of my families and friends. So on a personal note, that was probably one of the biggest ones. But Chalmers' home run, I'm talking about as a player, then Reggie just was, you can't, it's like storybook. It's like a dream come true to watch that.
Are we auctioning off that?
Guys,
ball?
we're auctioning off this ball of Willie's double play partner, Bucky effin' Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most popular Bucky ball is the Bucky effing Dent ball, which is unbelievable. I always
Iconic.
say, like, anytime I can send a Red Sox fan a gift, it's this or the Mookie Buckner. Yeah.
I love the story about just to go back to Chambliss' home run in '76, I believe.
Speaking of Trevi.
It was just pandemonium, and it was so crazy.
Yeah.
The fans running on the field
Mhm.
that Chris didn't touch home plate, and then they went out after the game, or he touched the spot that the old home plate was, and then after
Yeah.
the game he went out and actually touched the real home plate, which I think is a kind of a cool story because he just couldn't get there because there were so many people, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
I love this Bucky effing Dent ball, by the way. It's one of my favorite
That's pretty
collectibles.
cool.
I'm a big Bucky Dent fan.
Yeah, I love
let
Buck.
you go. I got one more story I got to ask you. And this goes back a little ways before these young ones that are on the set here. But do you remember when you were in Roger Clemens was pitching against you? There's a big moment for Trevi. Let's go, baby.
Trevino, let's go.
When-
Trevi
No,
coming
what-
through. He's already got more hits than the other catcher already. And he's his first at bat.
Yeah, Wells, I think
I must be on. I'm on a delay. Yeah, I already saw that. Yeah. Was it scored
Behind you,
1-0?
yeah.
He's already paying the dividends, but he's not coming out lineup. He's going the rest of the way. He's going to go 3 for 4 today. But anyway, you're at that, and Roger Clemens is coming out. And I don't know if you remember when they threw out Roger Clemens out of the game.
Yes.
Now he was yelling at the umpire, but were you telling the umpire to throw him out?
Yes. I was instigating. I was instigating the play. I'm thinking about first of all, he came out with eye black on. Okay, I don't know what was going on with him. He was just crazy that day. He had eye black on. And the first time I ever seen a pitcher wear eye black during the game. Okay, so he was fired up, and then
what is the Red Sox?
excuse me.
So he was on the Red Sox then, right?
Yes, he was the Red Sox, and I was with the Oakland A's. So he came out, and he always had an issue with. I think when he went up head up with Dave Stewart, that was kind of two of the best pitchers in the game, and Stewart had the upper hand against him 1-on-1. So you see, Roger was really fired up in that game, and he wanted to beat Stu. But yeah, he just kept the umpire. I guess he thought he was squeezing him a little bit, and Roger got a little out of sorts, and he started moaning a little bit the umpire. And I would like step out of the box when we could kind of take our time, have to call time out anymore. And I would say, "You're gonna take," and Roger was voicing like some choice words, and I was like, "Wait a minute, are you gonna let him get away with that? You know what he said?" And and the umpire was looking at me like, yeah, it's like kind of embarrassing, But I'm like, no, you shouldn't take that. What are you doing? And so Roger kept talking, and he threw him out of the game. I could not believe it, but I
In the
instigated
second
that
inning.
actually.
Yeah, he went crazy too.
In the
From what I
second
remember.
inning, that's an epic story. You made that happen.
Yeah, well, I thought it was one of the first times that Roger lost his cool. That's really what happened. He just lost his composure. I've never really seen him do that. But yeah, that was early in the game, but he was pretty belligerent. He was dropping some F-bombs at the umpire. So umpire said, "I'm not taking anything anymore. You're gone." And I'm sitting there grinning with that sheep-eating grin.
Really, one last thing. That story's incredible. I don't know if they remember that when that happened back then. If you remember when that happened, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And also tell us where you're from. Tell us what your favorite Yankee is or your favorite 77, 78 story. But Travi just got thrown out, got picked off. And we've now seen this happen like 3 times with the Yankees. Like, is this unusual to you that these guys keep getting picked off like this?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's unacceptable. It's just like it's just a lack of focus. I mean, Jazz has made a couple bonehead plays on the base paths. Guys, again, it's all about controlling your emotions. And I think sometimes when you get into a situation like that, a little surprised with Trevi, but you just kind of not that you zone out. But you really got to stay focused, man. You got to separate the hitting from your fielding to your base running. Now, most guys don't really, lend a lot of attention to base runnings, which they should. But I think that Trevi probably just kind of had a little mental lapse where he's probably thinking about that hit, or probably just thinking about how you're gonna, navigate through the rest of the game. But yeah, you shouldn't be making mistakes on the base path. That to me is just a lack of focus, and you should make sure that anytime you're in a situation like this, in a game like this, you got to keep your mistakes down to a minimum, of course.
All right, well, we're gonna let you go. Bronx Zoo fans, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Willie.
Really amazing, man. Really, love having you on. We only touched the surface today, but hopefully we'll have you on again. And we got to tap into that library you got going on in that.
Okay.
Like a walking baseball library, man. Amazing.
All right. I got some stories. But hey, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
I
Good
know
talking to you
Gretchen's got
guys.
dinner for you, man. I know you like to eat early. I'm not
Oh,
saying you're
yeah.
old or anything. I'm just saying, you eat
Oh,
early
yeah.
at 7, at 6 o'clock. Gretchen's got dinner going.
Yeah. Got me a glass of wine and a couple beers and I'm good.
Nice.
Thanks, Willie, man. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
guys.
Catch up with you soon.
Take care. All right. Thank you.
We're on eBay Live. That was Willie Randolph. We got our crew here. We're going to talk about this and keep the game rolling. Grayson, what do you got up
Next
next?
auction,
Let's go.
guys. But I just found out all-time postseason leader for Yankees home runs, Ernie Williams, signed baseball.
And RBIs.
Is that right?
And RBIs.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow.
While Willie just brought up some beer, we got the Paul O'Neill beer up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Grab that there. Grab that. That's cool.
Bernie Williams, 22 home
Jessica,
runs.
is that your guy, Bernie Williams, or
I love Bernie Williams.
you love Bernie Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it, man. He's lovable.
I'm going to see Bernie up this weekend up in Newburgh, New York, where I went to college. He's performing a concert on the Hudson River.
Really?
Wow.
Yep,
He's a
Saturday.
great
Is
musician.
he with my man
too.
from Skid Row? Or is he, remember I met
That's
him?
right. Yeah.
He's there.
No, he's not there, but he's
That's
from
when I
the
met him
area,
when I was
yeah.
when I go did
Yep.
that talk at your college. That's great.
That was
Anyway,
the-
pick
that
up the
was
Warrior
worth it.
21 beer. We're gonna have Paul on the show at some point near in near future. You can pick us up at Stu Leonard's, the Chico's, Trader Joe's.
Halftime, right? You
I
could
will-
order
I
it
will-
online
I
at
will
halftime.
worry. I mean, the beer is delicious.
I mean,
And the only reason I know
6.5%.
that is because Paul told me so. He actually made the beer himself
Did you
with the
see
brewer.
Garrett Cole and Juan Soto drinking it as they were popping
That was
champagne?
cool. That was cool. Anyway, you got the Bernie Williams ball. You can't
At
go wrong.
$34 right now.
It's a steal. You can't go wrong with that ball. Come on.
When we were running these a few weeks back, they were hitting $100 each time, guys.
That's great. Yeah, you can't go wrong. This ball sells for about $139 on our eBay store. By the way, if you're a Yankee fan looking for a quick gift, go to our eBay store. There's over 4,000 items on there. I think almost 5,000 actually.
We
We
got-
got more stuff going up every day.
We got some love for Willie in the zoo comments right now. Thank you all. We got a bunch of people watching. Thank you. Someone said we need a new first base, third base coach soon.
I love it. I love to see Willie back on the field. I hope it happens for him, but I like to see him in the Hall of Fame too. Really, so either way. But I loved him. I sat by third base and he was right there, and he was always great.
Uh-oh. There we go. There we go.
Nice, dude.
Boom.
I tell you, Alex Verdugo is playing extremely well.
Great
I mean,
defense.
after really not playing very well the second half of the season, he's got like new life.
$95 going to Giovanni.
Way to go,
Congratulations.
Giovanni.
That's a
Giovanni, like, are you a Paul O'Neill fan? Like, maybe I'll put a can of the beer in there for you. Just because we're talking about that. We have Bernie. Let us know in the chat. Let us know
If
where
you're
at.
21,
If he's
Giovanni,
of age.
How old is he?
Send us your ID.
This beer is delicious, by the way.
Guys,
You
we
know I
also
know
have-
that?
we also
Because
got some-
Paul told me so. That's all I know. That's what he told me. Brad, this beer is delicious. I'm telling you so.
Guys, we also have some of these awesome Yankee jerseys if any of you guys still
yeah,
need
yeah,
one.
yeah,
I know by this point of the season you guys already probably
What
have
jersey is
one.
that?
This one right here, we got Garrett Cole. We also have a Judge right under us.
By the way, how much this jersey sells for $149? You can pick it up at $99 in our eBay. store.
79. You're
70
off. 79.
Damn,
I mean, you cannot find that jersey. And then we also have Stanton and a couple other players,
So
right?
this is
Replica
the one
Nike
I had to
jersey,
get it,
guys.
So wrong.
Custom because they didn't have any in the
Oh,
store.
really?
So I had to pay like the extra.
Check out our
Bird-
store. By the way,
Birdie's
did
playing a
you
good
show them the
first.
Aaron Boone?
They only had it with his name on it, and I didn't.
Showed off like
Love that
There's-
photo, man. Love it. And we have
Oh, yeah.
Juan Soto.
Oh, yeah.
Giovanni just said he's a huge Paul O'Neill fan, so why don't we start the last auction? The Paul O'Neill multi-inscribed stat jersey.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I mean, the items today we're bringing out here is
These
just
are top
heavy,
notch.
heavy hitters.
What's
Sure,
going on
you
with
can
this
keep-
jersey? What's the story?
$100 starting
Oof.
bid on this, guys.
The Warrior 21 retired,
Stat it up.
5-time All-Star, 5-time World Champ. Man, he was good. He was so good. 1994 batting champ. Would have been a World Series champion that year.
The
too.
jersey's $100. And
Does he
we're
not
starting
count
to bid at
that?
100. You can't go wrong.
I'm saying the Yankees. It's a strike captain. The Yankees were the best team in American League that year, right?
94.
Would have had a
94.
tough time against the Expos, though, right?
Yeah.
Just,
But
you,
didn't the
you're
Wa-
picking Bernie or Paul O'Neill if you're in the park here to pick a team?
So this is the issue. I love both of them. Paul O'Neill, I just love because I love his energy, and I just love how he didn't care what anybody else thought and just played the game the way he played it and broke a couple water coolers while doing it. But I mean,
Yeah.
Bernie's just again, like you said, he's just so lovable. I mean, there's just so many Yankee icons that it's hard to maneuver sometimes of just trying to pick
It's tough to
One.
take between the two of them.
100%.
Dalloway, congratulations. And yes, we'll get you a can of beer. You're always in here supporting. We'll get you back for that. Thank you very much.
Love it, love it, love it. What do you think of the show? Love your comments. What are you looking for? Tell us below. Facebook fans, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Grayson, tell them how to go on eBay so you know how to bid, especially the Bronx Zoo fans. But my friends on my Facebook page, they're old, they're technology immigrants.
Guys, if you want to buy any of these items, this Garrett Cole jersey, you wanted to bid on that Paul O'Neill jersey, only place to do it is on eBay Live. You have to download the eBay app, go to our store, save us as a seller. Every single time we go live, you will be notified. We'll also be dropping a video on our Instagram and our email. We'll email that out to all of you, showing you guys exactly how to follow us.
I'll tell you, Zoo, I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that these are the best deals, and this is a benefit, and they're doing a service for the fans. I'm telling you, these are the best things you will see all week. I mean, we've seen some unbelievable Yankees deal. What was that one time we got? Wasn't it like a Bernie ball for like $35 or something like that?
There
Like
was something today that was an absolute steal. Oh, the Bucky Dent ball for 24.
Yeah.
I
The
think
Willie
that's on the-
Randolph for 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are on the site. That's half off right there. So
More.
yeah, these are awesome and fun way to watch the game.
Can't go wrong. Did Trevino's stat jersey sell?
It did. $100.
I mean, that's a steal. The jersey itself is
Sells
$100.
$100. You're getting
Come
the autograph
on.
for free.
Good job on that. Good job on that. I love that guy. He's going to be a manager one day.
That's an interesting take.
I agree with him 100%.
like it.
It is
One thing I
interesting
should have
that-
asked that I forgot. There's 2 first-year managers in the playoffs right now. What is that even? Like, could he even think of that for himself when he was a first-year manager in 04 or 05?
No, but I asked him, and he felt like the Met manager was a no-brainer. He always thought that he was going to be a great manager, great organizer. And one of the things he told me is one of the hardest things as an assistant coach is putting your spring training schedule together. Because you have all those players and they're on multiple fields, and he was a master at it. Super organized, super articulate, and a lot of respect from the players. Didn't surprise him when they named him the Met manager because I think he almost got the Cub job, right? Or
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah.
running for it, and then they
So,
gave
like,
that to
it's just a matter of time.
council.
Just got a good recommendation. How about opening night Knicks auction next week? Should we do it?
I think we got to do something
Let's
around the
do
Knicks.
it.
That's a good
I
idea.
love that idea, Elias.
Wow,
Thank
hyped
you very
up for the
much.
Knicks. I
Go
mean,
Knicks.
let's not get crazy here. I mean, we're not, but
We'll have some time
They've
off
done
because
a
the
good
Yankees are
job,
gonna have
though.
a week off.
are
After
you guys
that.
feeling? Are you guys feeling the Knicks?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm feeling the Knicks too, man. I gotta say, it's been a long time since I started feeling New York Knicks basketball, but that team could be really, really tough to beat.
If they stay healthy all season, it's gonna be real fun to watch them.
Hard to see our guy Dante get traded away.
Yeah, that-
I
that
wanna.
hurt.
I like Dante.
That hurt.
But we didn't love Randall.
Well, did you see
Yeah.
Dante get into it with Rick Brunson last
Yes.
week?
Really?
Yeah, they
Who
got
did?
Dante.
Dante and
happened?
He was
Brunson.
on the line shooting free throws, and they were
Brunson
like
was-
chirping at each
Yeah.
other.
They love to get underneath each other's skin.
No,
Yeah.
Jalen's
There
dad,
you go,
not
Juan.
Jalen.
There we go. Juan Glaber
The
with a
assistant
double.
coach of the Knicks.
Really?
That's who he was fighting with.
I love
All right, that's not a bad way to start this.
it. I love it. Love it. This game, Willie brought up a good point. This game really.
No one's on.
No,
If you
no,
lose this game, in
That does have a
Yankees, you're
weird-
right back in the series.
Light on it though. I see what you mean. It looks like it's.
Oh, we're a little behind here. You had 3 ground out. 3 ground outs, 1 to second, 2 to short.
We're that behind?
Yeah.
We're a whole inning.
It just Stanton just grounded out.
Oh.
Oh, wow. We're really on.
We're behind that
We're
much.
behind.
Yeah.
Jeez. What are we watching?
Oh, TBS Live.
It's been like this. I was literally sitting in my house the other day, and I had it on MLB Live. Like I had the game day going, and my mother really enjoyed it because I was just telling her what happens, and we were liking that because it eased the anxiety a little of knowing what we were about to watch. So
Oh, you have the game day
nice,
just a little
but-
bit in front
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
a
If
Yeah.
you get the
It's
home
like-
run spoiled, it sucks.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did that.
Somebody wants to buy this. Is this on eBay or is it on a store? Or
That is on both our store and eBay store,
do
guys.
you get
Just
this?
search up Juan Soto. Check out all of our Juan Soto memorabilia. Best prices on the market for everything. And if you find something cheaper, we'll match it.
Really?
That's what I came up with. I never asked you about that, but that's what I tell people.
I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking. This game looks like it's going to be a tight one. I'm not lying. I mean, this doesn't look like there's going to be a walk in the park here. Cleveland looks like they came. They're ready for business.
You might. I mean, I know you remember 2 years ago when Oswaldo hit that home run. I was on an so I was supposed to. I went to that game to do the zoo. They canceled my bus. You know, I'm a bus and train guy, so I ended up going on an Amtrak for 14 hours, and I was watching Oswaldo hit that home run in like the dining cart of the Amtrak. Oh, that was one of the
When you
most
could
fun
snag
experiences.
those seats of the dining
Oh,
cars,
it's the best.
that's
It's like the middle
On
of the night.
Amtrak, yeah.
I got to Cleveland at 3 a.m. and I slept in the train station.
What are you, like John Madden? You
Yeah.
don't fly?
No, I fly. I was saving money at the time when I
alright.
just started
Oh,
the zoo.
yeah, alright.
And that was one of the most fun series when Oswaldo hit that home run. That was, and we were dominant after that. He hit the home run in Game 5, but they're not the same team right now. They're a different team. They were better 2 years ago. They're lucky they're here.
Amazing.
So you went from the
You-
Port Atrocity to Penn
There's nobody's
Station.
got your commitment, Jake.
Yeah.
Greg, tell us one thing that's that's new up on the eBay store and our website that Yankee fans or baseball fans would like to see.
Aaron Judge, All Rise Baseball. I'll answer that question.
That is a good one. Aaron Judge, All Rise Baseball, MLB Authentic. Also have some great Babe Ruth stuff that we got in from Iowa. I mean, the signed book is incredible.
Actually, I just saw something
How
over
about
in the room
Spencer
next
Ross's
door.
collection? What's going on with that?
Oh, guys, if you're a Yankee fan, especially if you're a Yankee
Give me
fan,
two of his best items. You just got that collection. What's up with that?
you know what? We sold one of my favorites, was the 1961 team sign reunion photo where he actually told us that Mickey had him sit in the middle of the photo. So if you look at that photo, right in the middle of it is Spencer Ross, who had he did have some business being there.
Mr. Grayson? I saw those earlier. Talk about those?
Oh, man, I might buy that right now.
Oh, the ones we saw there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
2020 Topps Heritage Aaron Judge auto. Guys, this is awesome.
It's got the MLB hollow on the
Where am I
back, too.
buying that?
Guys, you are buying this on our eBay store or on collectibleexchange.com.
Got another one, too, here.
Just
too.
a quick recap here for a minute. We got a couple more auction items, a couple more items. You go to our eBay store, check out anything you want. Thank you, eBay Live, for having us. But by the way, Willie Randolph was on. He was great. If you don't want to miss interviews like that, you got to go to the eBay, click on the notifications. So you get these little prompts, and you know when we're having players on. We're going to have players on throughout the playoffs, World Series, Nick opening night. You'd be surprised. We're going to have some fun here. And for those of you who've been following me for a long time, you know we're going to bring the players right to you. That's what it's all about. And we're going to do some contests for you to be able to come in and meet the players. But you got to be registered. You got to go and register to win in order to us pick your name out to be a winner. We got Paul O'Neill's beer. We're doing a little recap. We got a new face here with Jessica, Brooklyn girl. We love her.
Hey.
We love Brooklynites. Bringing her on here. What do you got there, Jake?
I just saw it in the hallway.
I love that, man.
All signed, right? Yeah, Jeter.
Can I go to the store and buy that though?
Yeah, it has a CXL letter of
Love that,
authenticity on the
man.
back.
By
Thank
the way,
you.
those are my cards. By the way,
Really?
Just throwing it out there. That's what's so painful.
Look how our
You
guy in
see
the
your
back,
collection
Ray. Shout out to Ray.
disassembled out, but I love that the fans are getting all my different collectibles, and those are all cards from my collection.
What was the hardest thing that you had to part with out of your collection?
There's only one thing I regret selling, and that was my Thurman Munson autograph on my 1975 program that I got when I was 15.
Oh, you got him in person?
That was like I got it.
You went up to Boston, right?
I was in Boston. I begged my mother to go to the game that we didn't have a ticket for, but she was going the next night. And finally, she said, "Go, fine." I scalped the ticket. I'm 4 rows on the on-deck circle on the visitor's side, and I'm yelling Thurman for maybe 60 minutes, nonstop. The guy doesn't even turn his head. Nothing. I'm going crazy. Worse than Jake. And sure enough, we win that game. Now I'm in the elevator because we're staying in the hotel with the Yankees. As I go in the elevator, some big arm holds the door open. Thurman Munson walks in and just gets in my face. What do you want? And
Intimidating guy, right?
oh yeah. I mean,
Mustache.
like he saw my program, but I was like the first big autograph I ever got, and I was just like so hyped.
Had
What
you
made
gotten
you sell
autographs before that?
Huh?
Had you gotten any
No,
autographs
I got
before
a
that?
couple autographs when the one time I sat in some good seats, and Joe Pepitone came over and was like, Joe, like really wanted Tom Trester's autograph, not yours. Which I don't know what got into me to say that, and he got Tom Trester to come over there and he signed my scorecard. Back in those days, you kept score. All of us kept score.
I kept score too.
So what prompted me to sell that is like I don't know. I just was
How
feeling
could
like
you sell it? I mean,
I was feeling like I was just really moving on with all my collectibles, and that was kind of part
but
of
that
it.
one you just store away.
That was a little bit tough to give that one away. I don't know what got into me that day, but I've been in some weird moods.
Who'd you sell it to? A friend or?
I don't know. I don't know. It was part of my collection, and I wanted it to be authentic because I tell people if you have a collection, you want us to help you sell it, bring it here. And I brought my collection here, and I didn't want to get all crazy about the whole thing. So they started selling
Well, if
it.
you have any Thurman Munson autographs lying around the house, you can just get. I'll take them off your hands. I got you.
I mean, that was a good autograph too.
have-
Fully spelled
Yeah,
I have
out.
something signed by him. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
Where'd you get it?
it was just amazing.
Little
Going
piece of
to
paper.
Fenway Park was amazing, by the way, too, for the first time.
Did you do that in
It was
Boston
just
too?
crazy.
You didn't get that at a hotel?
No, I heard Thurman. I had a story of him too, where he was a pretty gruff guy with collectors. So that
He was
doesn't
just
surprise
serious.
me.
I think he was just serious and focused. He wasn't a fool around
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So,
If
that's
he
what it
refreshes,
is.
it'll go back to that or no?
Yeah, let me.
I'll tell you, this game looks very tight to me. And if Cleveland can manage a way through it, it's a series. If they don't, it's probably over. But that's just my 2 cents. We got the Bronx Zoo fans here. But, I don't know. Do we give a code out if somebody wanted to buy something for the next couple hours?
Yep, Zoo CX10.
Pick up a little discount if you want to buy some stuff. I highly recommend it. So
There
much
we go.
stuff on the
Now we
site.
good.
Got it. Perfect.
Put more on you. Yep, Zoo CX10. There's some stuff in the outlet store too. Wade Boggs, $59
On the horse.
on the horse. That's one of
It's
my favorites.
amazing. The guy on the horse with him just recently passed away. The sergeant.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A good guy. Very well respected. A long career with the NYPD.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Thank you for what you do.
Gonna miss him. Love the NYPD. Anybody out there, NYPD Blue, thank you for everything. Love you. Appreciate the service.
Just in time baseball says hello, our guy.
Love
See
Justin Time
ya.
Baseball. If you need coaching,
Oh.
that's your
Oh
guy.
no.
Ah.
Wow, Schmidt has been so reliable. These guys
Hold
can't win.
on.
Let's not panic. It's
Ah.
3-1.
Of course. Who
Is
is
that
that?
2 or 3?
It's Kyle
Two.
Manzardo,
All right, we're fine. We'll be
the
fine.
rookie.
2 runs is not going to win this game. So I always told my little
I
league
know.
pitcher when
Yeah.
we got behind. I always told when they gave us some runs. I said
Listen,
that
this
2 runs
team-
will not win this game. But let's not give
We
up.
need that
anymore.
Trevino 3 for 4 with a home run
Yeah.
now.
You think they'll keep him in when they take the lefty out? When they take Boyd out?
Yes,
Should?
I do.
Yeah.
I think you give him a chance. He already got a hit.
Yeah.
How could you not?
But you know why that ball went out? Because in Cleveland they moved the retired numbers and they created a wind tunnel in right field. So if you hit the ball high enough, it just zooms out of there.
Is that true?
That was the big thing in April. There were like 20 home runs hit in their first 12 games there, or something ridiculous like that.
It's amazing to look at this team and think that they had Lindor.
Yeah.
They weren't
They
going to
had
pay
Lindor and they gave
still,
him
but
away.
they still have Andres Jimenez.
I mean, Jose
They
Ramirez.
went give him away. It was a couple
Yeah.
$100 million away.
But Jose Ramirez signed the most team-friendly deal, arguably in sports history. You could have dished out the money. I mean, Cleveland is a sports city. Like, no matter what they say, that place is packed. I've seen it. They got. You've been there. You know how the basketball stadium. It's kind of similar. Lots of
Yeah,
bars.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
always busy. They could have afforded it.
You nervous about this Met game tonight, Jessica?
This Met game. Listen, I won't root for the Mets, nor will I root for the Dodgers because I feel as though it is just simply a lose-lose.
Oh boy.
However, if we're talking who I would rather face in the World Series,
We are talking that.
yeah, I know.
it's got to be the Mets.
It's really hard. It's a toss-up because I want a Subway Series, and I feel like everyone in New York would love a Subway Series, and kind of just to go back. I mean, Obviously, I wasn't around to experience 2000, but I, I think facing the Dodgers would be, you know, it's historic at that point. I mean, facing the Dodgers, watching Otani and Judge, I mean, it's like a battle of
That could be
great.
fun.
It's a battle of greatness, and
fun.
I mean, either or will be fun. We just need to get out of this, and
I think for
Be great.
baseball, Yankees Dodgers is. I mean, that's Major
Yeah.
League
For
Baseball.
real.
has
for
been
Major League
praying
Baseball,
for that.
that's that's ESPN's like
money wise,
dream.
obviously Yankees Dodgers, but you know, I like to live a little, you know, small town vibes, I guess, in my small city of New York, and I just
Yeah.
think Yankees Mets for us would be exciting. And the Dodgers aren't the powerhouse Dodgers. Like everyone keeps saying, the number one in the power rankings. The Dodgers, they have Otani, they have Freeman. If you
Their
look at-
hitting it's the pitching.
it's
Is the
fantastic.
issue.
Their
Yeah.
pitching is equivalent to the Cleveland Guardians. I mean, Walker Buehler came out last night, threw fantastic, but after that, they don't have Kershaw anymore. They don't have Dustin May. They're not the same Dodgers from 2020 in that shortened season, if you count that. And yeah,
I'm interested to see how the Mets offense is tonight. I mean, game one they got shut out or they scored one.
No,
I believe?
they got shut out.
They got
game
shut
one.
out game one, right?
Yeah.
9-0.
And then
Then
9-0. Then
they
Lindor
back,
came out.
Second game, they obviously took that, and then last night getting shut out at home. Part of me doesn't see them losing tonight. I see it, or if they do,
They're
it's gonna
winning
be a
one
very
of these
close
games.
game.
They have to
I think it's
win
gonna be a
one
very
of these
close
games.
game tonight.
You don't have to, but is this a bad time to mention?
No, they
we
do have to win
Clark
one of
Schmidt
these.
balls in our store?
They do have to win one of these next
Is
two
it
Nah,
games.
he's been
too
good.
soon? Too
It's
soon,
still
or
2
are we?
runs.
I mean, he just gave up a home run, but anyway, there's only a few of these
It's the
balls.
third
If you're a
inning.
Clark Schmidt fan, pick up the ball, no problem.
we saw him
have
out.
so many cool things in eBay store. I just like to always keep
We have
popping.
Canely, right? Don't we have
Yeah,
Canely?
with Canley.
Canely, he's
Yeah.
been phenomenal. We got Weaver. Any
We
Weaver?
didn't get Weaver.
Luke
That was
Weaver.
before. It was
Let's talk
2
about
weeks
Luke Weaver.
before he
What
blew
were we
up.
thinking, Jake? We were there, like we just didn't.
And he had some time. He was he was
How do
so
you-
cool with the fans.
People are loving his interviews and all
Yeah.
that. He seems like a great
Good
guy,
dude.
just a
He-
funny guy.
He's
He was
funny.
nice. He was genuine. I mean, I feel more confident with him as my closer than anyone since Mariano Rivera.
That's what I was actually going to mention before. When we were talking to Willie, just the difference in I feel confident in a closer. And I don't remember the last time I felt confident in a closer in recent years. I mean, back, 2017, 2018, when Chapman was still Chapman, in a sense, but that's when he started kind of declining in a sense of not being as consistent as he was, like when he was on the Cubs and won the World Series, you know? And Weaver came out of nowhere in a sense. Like he was a solid reliever when we needed him to be, but the switch between Clay Holmes and Luke Weaver has just, first of all, made me feel a lot better about Clay Holmes because the words I had for him all season were not very kind.
Well, he blew a lot of games. But you know,
It was
one thing
11,
I'll
right?
tell you about let's get one thing clear here. He gets to become a great reliever when he blows a game and he's able to come back and be the Luke Weaver. And Mariano, one of the things that's great about Mariano is that he really became the great reliever after he was a terrible closer in a couple situations.
Yeah.
And he was able to get back stronger, bigger, and not let that stuff weigh you down. I want to see him. I hate to say this. I like to see what he's going to be like after he blows a big game, and is he going to still have the same confidence, be able to throw it the same way? My feeling is that there's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Must
Brandon,
be
you-
nice to have a closer that comes in and you don't have to worry about him walking the first 3 guys.
I think
That's
it's-
with Edwin Diaz.
You guys loved him a year ago. Like things have
2022 was the best. It was the best year ever.
changed. Things have changed.
I actually on Sunday when he came in again, or it was Monday, I put a bet for him to walk the first batter. I put like
Against
$10
your own
on it.
team.
I had to. It's an emotional hedge.
Did you? You don't trust him anymore?
Jeez, that's cold.
That's pretty bad.
My friend taught me that he
It's either you're
goes to-
happy that the team doesn't suck or you're
Either
happy
I'm-
because you won
'cause
money.
I got some money. Yeah, I said $100 is worth it to me for the pay.
And I get obliterated online for the spectators line, and you're betting against your own team. Crazy,
This
crazy.
is wrong.
I've learned
Wait,
that
do
from
you
other
trust him,
diehard
though?
fans.
You
Nice.
trust Diaz?
It's right now. It's very hard to trust him. It's
Jake,
very
any
hard.
question,
Strike
any
out.
question from the audience?
I mean, we have a couple. Let me look. I had a question for you. You, Mariano. I know we've talked a couple about times you've seen him after the games. I mean, there's some guys who are just very arrogant out there. Did he ever have like self-doubt, like not insecurities, but like did he have some self-doubt, like he wasn't?
I
the
never
best?
saw self-doubt, but I saw temper tantrums. I mean, he's like after a loss, which a couple. Like one time he gave me a ride home after a game, and he got rocked.
He gave you a ride home?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, I lived a mile from him, so it was. You know,
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I needed a ride home, and he told me text when the game's over. He
Yeah.
gave me a ride home, and he got rocked. They had to go get him, which I don't know many times. I mean, he's lost a couple games, but never to go get him. And man, we were driving well over 100 miles an hour on 87. I'm like, dude, like, what's going on? Like, because when he called me up, he goes, you have 2 minutes to get to the players' parking lot, not leaving out you. Click. I'm like,
Oh,
all
that's the
right.
old
I mean,
stadium,
we
yeah.
lost. I mean, and it was really hot out, and he was like, these fans are booing me off the field. Are they kidding me? I get my heart, my blood, my everything. And I go, well, you know, I made it up. I said, you know, there was like half price beer nights tonight. Those weren't really the fans booing you. And then he slowed down a little bit. When he dropped me off, I said, dude, you don't have to worry about ever giving me a ride home. Like, I'm never going home with you again. And one of the things I realized, like, you see these guys on the field, they're not like swearing, looking upset when they lost, but they're upset.
Yeah.
They just don't show it. They're frustrated when things are not going right. Another time we were going home, I mean, he had traded or fired every player on the team. I was like, this guy sucks. This guy needs a trade. The kind of money he's making, he can't hit.
They talk like that?
I was like, what? I'm like, but you know, then I realized like these guys are really competitive, and they don't just shake off a loss that easily.
Oh, he's
He's
out.
out.
He is out.
I'm mad though. He split up the bases towards and saved the tag,
strong
but whatever. I think he's out here.
performance from my boy Jose Trevino. Let me
Yep.
just put that
He
out.
has
there.
an arm.
That's
He
what I'm
has
talking
an
about. Great
arm.
arm.
For all you front runners and all you
slides off the
jumping,
base
throwing
towards
him
turns,
under
right?
the
You
bus,
think he
said he
should've
can't throw
gotten there,
anybody out. The guy's a very good defensive catcher. He's a very good all-around catcher.
I have a question for you about Boone. This is just my weird mind. Does he drive from Greenwich, like from where he is in Greenwich to the stadium and back every day, or does he get a
Yes.
driver?
No, he drives.
Even during the playoffs?
He loves his car. He loves singing.
They
If you
call
ever
him
driven-
I mean, I
Safe?
figured that after a terrible loss, sitting in your car for an hour and a half and just sitting in your thoughts is.
No, he drives.
He,
I mean,
he drives
yeah.
every day.
I think sometimes he stays in the city, but he drives, and also if you ever drive anywhere with him, he puts his music on and he sings, and he's not a very good singer.
What type of
I'm just
music?
saying. Well, we go through all his top hits.
80s rock or?
A lot of 80s, a lot of classic rock, but he listens just about everything, and then he thinks he can sing all these songs, which is really weird. And
Yeah, but it's like me if I'm
I think he
alone.
does it on the team plans and everything. He's funny, but listen, and another thing, when you drive with Boone, you got to make sure you have the directions. He will get lost. He doesn't even pay attention to navigation. He's worse driver than me.
He's
But
into
it's
the
always
music.
it's always fun. It's always fun driving with him. It's always an experience. I for no other reason, I hope they can win a World Series because it'd be nice to solidify his position and things. I think
Yeah.
he's been a good manager, and boy, anything goes wrong in this team, they blame him.
Baseball history. Look at that team's history. I mean,
Oh.
does anyone in his family have a ring?
That's a great question. I
Let's
would
look it up.
imagine his father did in Philly, I think,
Brett
in '80.
Boone.
I'm gonna guess.
So Brett Boone doesn't. So let's look at his dad.
Yeah, I think his dad has a ring, but you know, Boone
Nope.
was in the clubhouse.
Oh yeah,
at 5 years
1980
old,
World Series.
right?
Yep,
Boone was in the
1980.
clubhouse when he was 5 years old. You know, working out, and he's a lifer.
I didn't realize that Brett Boone was in the booth when he hit the home run
What
in
was he doing,
03.
radio?
He was in the TV booth.
Really?
Against the Reds, game 7.
Yeah, I saw the video they had because they did like the shot inside the booth right when he was coming up at bat. Brett Boone.
That's amazing. Anyway, it's been a great show. Like anything else? Any other $1 lots we have or anything else, Greg?
We're tapped out. We did the O'Neill. That was it.
And this has been amazing. Enjoy. Anything else? Closing thoughts, Jake?
I know the office. Everyone might leave. I might stay here. Just watch the rest of the game. It's pretty comfortable. Not gonna lie.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, man. Hopefully everybody's comfortable sitting here watching. I mean, throwing the ball on a bounce is not quite.
Nice
there.
stretch, Birdie. Nice
I never
stretch.
saw Jeter be throwing the ball on a bounce as much as I see balls thrown on a bounce. I mean, it's crazy.
It's because he would jump in the air and just raise it up.
But he reached there on a fly. I don't understand the bounce thing. Jeez.
You know, Volpe still looks like a kid. Jeter looked like a
Yeah.
kid when you look back at it. Like, you know, I forget that. Like, Jeter was always older than me. Volpe's always been younger than me.
I knew we were gonna miss Jeter when we got to Jeter. You know what I mean? Like I tell my kid, like, you see this little infield going on here with Cano, Jeter, and like, you're not. I know you want to throw it to Sharon there too. I don't know if you're gonna see another infield like this maybe ever again. But just to sit by third base and watch two incredible players, and the way they went about their business. I mean, phew, man, That's just unbelievable when you think about it. Jessica, nice to have you today.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Love having all the Brooklyn love we can get. Any closing remarks? Anything you want to tell our audience? Bronx Zoo fans, my fan base, and of course, we always thank eBay Live fans. for coming
Guys,
on.
next week we're gonna be doing that Knicks opening night auction. Just
Look at
decided
Grayson
on
just
that.
jumping on the ideas like it's his idea.
No,
Great.
yeah,
That was
I'll
an idea
shut-
from
Adam
that was not your
Eliasov,
idea.
thank you very much.
Really. Jeez. Grayson was like, oh, yeah, let's have a Nick argument. That was like our fan. That was
No, it was Adam.
Anyway,
He's our
Jeff,
biggest Nick
Closing
buyer.
remarks to the zoo.
Closing remarks is just, let's go Yankees. We need the hype. This team's we're getting to the World Series. We're gonna finish this game off. The bats gotta wake up. I mean,
Will we be playing this weekend or are we going to be off this weekend?
I think.
No, well, what's your prediction? I
Oh,
mean,
are we gonna be off this weekend? I think it'll go to Game 5. Part of me, as much as I want to say there's a sweep, I think they win it in 5.
all right, fair enough. It still gives them a few days off, get our bullpen ready,
Yeah.
to reset. Faster we win, the better. Great closing remarks. What else you got, and when's our next show?
Do we even have a show?
I think it's gonna be next week.
Probably Monday.
When?
I just want to say we're gonna get the win tonight. Get your plans ready for Saturday. You're gonna have the whole day. You're gonna have a whole week. There's no team stopping us. If it's a Subway Series, Brendan, I don't know if you'll be here. Me and Grayson might be doing some shows. I actually plan to just sleep on the subways. I'm just gonna go back and forth for 7 days straight.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
Cool.
Guys, Tuesday. Let's go 7 p.m. 30 minutes before the Nick
Sounds
game.
good. Yeah.
Tuesday, 7 p.m. Guys, we'll see you then.
Are we doing Monday too if there's a game or no? Oh, no, Monday. No, next show's Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll
Tuesday.
Yep.
Let's do Tuesday, guys.
Well, thanks for joining us. I want to wish the Met fans and the Mets good luck tonight. You're going to need it. And I just want to thank eBay Live for having us. Appreciate it. Bronx Zoo fans, who's better than you?
Love you
Nobody.
all. Love
It's
you.
going to be a phenomenal run one way or the other. I love the highs and lows. Enjoy them. Sabrina Inescu, boy, you got balls, man. What a shot.
I
Way
love
to
that
go.
woman.
That's what I'm talking about. Liberty, bring it home on Thursday. Bring it home. Right? There's a Friday.
Might be
Friday.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Bring it home. Wishing you all the luck. Inescu, boy, that was a deep three. I never would have had the balls to take that shot. Good for you.
Especially with the game she had.
Amazing. And let's hope the Jets get back on the winning ways with Devontae Adams. Love that.
They gotta
a lot
fix
of
the
sports stuff
penalties.
going on. No reason to talk to your partner. Lots of games to distract you, to avoid having to converse about anything. Just keep the games on. Get a second TV, whatever you need. No reason to have any kind of conversation for the next 2 weeks between the NBA, NHL. We very rarely talk about the NHL. We got to get some NHL stuff up here. Anyway, eBay Live, thanks for having us. Enjoy the rest of the game. Willie Randolph, you're still out there. Probably sitting back, having a cigar, eating dinner. But if not, what a joy having him on. And
Awesome.
we should keep on the rant about getting him on the Hall of Fame. We'll see you next week.
Let's
Have a
go
great weekend.
Yankees.